December 25th has an interesting and storied tradition. In one tradition, there is the story of Mithra, which aligns with what we know from popular Christianity. One of the most striking parallels between Jesus and Mithra is the similarity in their birth narratives. According to Christian tradition, Jesus was born to a virgin, Mary, in a humble setting. Similarly, in Mithraic beliefs, Mithra was said to have been born from a rock, symbolizing his divine birth. Both stories emphasize the miraculous and divine nature of these figures' births. Another noteworthy similarity is the celebration of both Jesus and Mithra's birthdays on December 25th. Early Christians adopted this date to celebrate the birth of Jesus. While the Mithraic festival, the birthday of the unconquered sun, was also observed on December 25th. This coincidence in dates has led to speculation about the influence of Mithraism on early Christianity. Moreover, both Jesus and Mithra are portrayed as savior figures and mediators between humanity and the divine. In Christianity, Jesus is considered the savior who redeems humanity from sin. In Mithraism, Mithra was seen as a mediator between the god of light, Ahura Mazda, and humanity, offering salvation and protection. December 25th was really the date, not of the birth of Jesus, but of the sun god Mithra. The Mithraists believed that this night is the night of the birth of Mithra, Persian god of light and truth. Christmas is the birth not of the Son of God but of the sun. Indeed, there is much evidence to demonstrate that this highly noticeable and cherished event of the winter solstice was celebrated hundreds to thousands of years before the Common Era in numerous parts of the world. The observation was thus probably taken over by Christianity, not as biblical doctrine, but as a later tradition in order to compete with the pagan cults. Mithraism was so popular in the Roman Empire, and so similar in important aspects to Christianity, that several church fathers were compelled to address it, disparagingly of course. All of whom attributed these striking correspondences to the prescient devil. In other words, anticipating Christ. The devil set about to fool the pagans by imitating the coming Messiah. In reality, the testimony of these church fathers confirms that these various motifs, characteristics, traditions, and myths predated Christianity. Concerning this devil-did-it argument, in The Worship of Nature, Sir James G. Fraser remarks, if the Mithraic mysteries were indeed a satanic copy of a divine original, we are driven to conclude that Christianity took a leaf out of the devil's book when it fixed the birth of the Savior on the 25th of December. For there can be no doubt that the day in question was celebrated as the birthday of the sun by the heathen before the church, by an afterthought, arbitrarily transferred the nativity of its founder from the 6th of January to the 25th of December. While it's important to note that Jesus and Mithra belong to distinct religious traditions and historical periods, these parallels in their narratives and practices have fueled speculation about potential influences or shared cultural elements. Whether these similarities are a result of cultural diffusion, coincidence, or a deeper connection remains a topic of scholarly debate and intrigue. December 25th is not the date mentioned in the Bible as the day of Jesus' birth. The Bible is actually silent on the day or the time of year when Mary was said to have given birth to him. The earliest Christians did not celebrate his birth. It is obvious from the remarks of the Church Fathers, and from the literary and archaeological record, that Mithraism in some form preceded Christianity by centuries. The fact is that there is no Christian archaeological evidence earlier than the earliest Roman Mithraic archaeological evidence, and that the preponderance of evidence points to Christianity being formulated during the 2nd century, not based on a historical personage of the early 1st century. The god Mithra was revered for centuries prior to the Christian era. and the germane elements of Mithraism are known to have preceded Christianity by hundreds to thousands of years. Thus, regardless of attempts to make Mithraism the plagiarist of Christianity, the fact will remain that Mithraism was first well established in the West, decades before Christianity had any significant influence.